lunchtime. It's snowing here in New York. There's a bunch of shit going on. I'm out here sipping on some cognac. If you like cognac, you should check this shit out. It's called Pierre Patois or Patois. It's some shit from France, cognac. So I don't know how you pronounce the shit, but it's some new shit. It's banging. That's what I got in my cup. You're gonna see me going to while this blog is going on. In this blog, I'm gonna be talking about the JC versus NJT, and we're gonna talk about Dre Dennis versus Lexx Luthor battles that were just released. Smack, y'all know it's he's calling it Smack Madness, releasing a bunch of battles this month, man. It's a lot going on. Some of them I'm checking out. Some of them I'm just not. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Before we go any further, I want to give a big salute to Fly Hat Society. So I came across a hat, a dope ass hat from the Black Panther. You know, the movie that just came out from some Black Panther shit. Shit is dope. So I'm talking with the person, and they told me, you know, all Fly Hat Society, so on and so forth. And I happened to go on Instagram and I seen it too. I was like, oh shit, this is dope. Turns out I know the owner, which made that even doper. So I'll need you guys to, first off, take a look at what this hat look like. So I need you guys, when you get the opportunity to go to the website, check out. They got other hats. They got clothing in general. It's called Fly Hat Society, but they got clothing in general. That particular hat, I thought is fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be ordering my very own one. Check it out. The link will be in the description box. Check out the website. Show love and support independent businesses. You know what I'm saying? Especially from, I don't want to say it like that, but minorities. Like this is entrepreneurship. Homeboy been getting a lot of buzz lately for different hats, so you know, make sure you check it out. Especially that Black Panther shit is fire. All right, so one last thing before we get into this recap. I got a dope ass interview. Salute to Nick's White, aka Harlem Fresh. Salute to the homie. I've been working on it. I'm putting out this interview I did with him. If you know who Party Artie is, God rest his soul, then you want to hear this. If you've been a fan of the culture, and if you're a new fan of the culture, you definitely want to hear this interview so you can get a better idea of Party Artie if you don't know who that is. So once again, rest in peace to Party Artie, and salute to his family. God bless. You know what I'm saying? Condolences. All right, let's start off with this JC versus NJT. You know what I'm saying? First off, I want to send a big shout out to you stupid asses who's out there talking about that NJT 3-0 JC. I don't know what you were watching. I think some of y'all just straight fans, and it's not that there ain't room for being a biased fan. I don't like it. Like there's certain guys who I think are just fire, and they are my favorites. But if they lost, I'm gonna say they lost. If they lost a round, I'm gonna say they lost a round. If somebody says something hot against them, I'm gonna say somebody said something hot against them. I don't do the bias shit. You know what I'm saying? So first round, when JC started spitting and he hit everybody with that non-simplified bar, yo, that shit is crazy. And I don't think, because it's like when I see certain bars that people are posting on social media that they thought were dope, mind you, I seen this battle twice. I watched it when it was released, and then I watched it again right, I'm gonna say minutes before I decide I'm gonna do this blog. All right. I didn't see anybody talking about that line. That line was crazy. That non-simplified shit. Go ahead and check that out for yourself if you haven't, and let me know what's your opinion on that particular bar. But that shit was crazy to me. That being in the hood, covering them lines shit, when you talking about being in the hoodie and going at NJT's hairline, that was funny to me, but it was dope too. The way he did it, man. I mean, JC's definitely one of the best out there with that pen, man. Like, bar for bar, ain't many better than JC. And that's just how I feel about it. Actually, I don't even think, you know, I'm going to give y'all maybe two people pen-wise. Maybe two, maybe three. I'm just going to say two. Yo, yeah, that 11 ring Celtic Pride shit. That's another bar. I don't know how the fuck nobody's talking about that shit. That 11, yo, that Celtic Pride shit, yo, that shit is crazy. That was a crazy bar from him. Another line he hit him with that I thought was fucking hilarious. He said, even your bitch get beat for twerk. Like her mama caught her. That shit was funny. Yo, I had to pause the battle twice, man. I literally had tears coming out my eyes. That was funny and that was dope. JC again showing you how versatile he is, mixing bars with comedy and everything else, man. Twerk gets his chance. Yo, NJT, I gotta give you your props, man. The line, I don't have the full line here, but he said the two blacksmiths welding line. Crazy, fucking crazy, yo. That might have been my favorite bar of the battle as far as NJT is concerned. That shit was crazy in the first round. That's another line I don't see people talking about. That shit was retarded right there. So you gotta salute the homie for that, man. Then he said the bulldog kicking like it's I'm fucking that line all up. He said the bulldog kicking like it's his itchy spot. That shit was crazy. The other line he said about letting it rotate in your face, like a random selection. I am butchering these bars right now, and I apologize to both these fellas. I'm trying to give y'all the quick cap real quick. And no, this is my first drink. I just had a sip. That's it, man. I'm butchering these lines. I apologize. But overall, I thought NJT in that first round was having a hard time getting his round off. And what's crazy is he had some crazy bars in that first, but I felt like a few times he got caught up and it seemed like he was having a hard time getting the round off. And he looked like he got frustrated, you know. Then I felt he cut the round short. Now, I don't know if he did that because he was only writing to the time limit they agreed on. That makes sense. But I'm just giving my observation. I thought his round was a little short. But it could be he just was writing straight to the time limit or right below the time limit. And I don't have a problem with that. My thing with that first round was that it looked like he was struggling to get the bars off. And to me, bar for bar, to me, my opinion, battle rap opinions, my opinion, get in the comment box, give your opinion. I thought JC won that first round clearly. My opinion. If you disagree with me, feel free to tell me why you disagree. Don't just disagree. Tell me why you disagree. All right, we're going into the second round. That Sharon line from JC was funny. Very funny. Oh shit, man. Yeah, that he had a totem pole line. That was crazy. And then he had an Easter suit line. That was crazy. Both of them were dope. But then he stumbled immediately after that. He did not choke. He stumbled. And then he started to get it back, and then he stumbled again. So, it's not, to me, it don't really take away from the round. I thought JC was having a very good round, but it wasn't a clean round. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have like a straight clean round. He stumbled like back to back on it. You know, it was not a choke. People told me JC choked in the second round. No, the fuck he didn't. Do you know the difference between a choke and the stumble? I hope you do. I hope you do. If you out here putting your opinions everywhere, you should know the difference between the two. Right? Alright. He had an Owen Hart like scheme thing. Yo, it's 2018. I don't want to hear no more fucking Owen Hart lines. JC, you are super creative, my man. You don't need them shits. Do I like some of the things you said after it, the whole Owen Hart scheme? Overall, did I think it was creative? Yes. But I don't want to fucking hear Owen Hart bars no more. No more from nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't want to hear that shit no more. That should have died with 2017. We've been hearing that shit since what? How many years have we been fucking hearing Owen Hart? But like, come on, man. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I'm telling you now. I don't want to hear that shit. He ended it off with a home opener line. Talking about stomach as a home opener. I don't want to butcher the line, so I'm not going to fucking repeat it. That shit was fire. Fire. but a tough round for JC. I mean, it was a good round. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about in terms of the stumble. In terms of the stumble. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a back-to-back stumble. Not a choke. Get your fucking mind right. NJT, that narcoleptic line was out of this world, fam. That was out of this world. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I still think that the two blacksmiths welding line, I thought that shit was the best. My preference, but this was right up there too. That was right up there, my man. That narcoleptic line. That small intestine line was crazy. That agriculture line was fucking crazy. Actually, let me rephrase that. That narcoleptic shit was fire, but that agriculture line was even fucking better. And to me, NJT got that second round, but I thought he edged it. That is not dissing either one of them. They both had dope second rounds. But not only the stumbles, I think even with the stumbles, I think if the stumbles didn't happen, I still think NJT took that second round. Then he felt like he was in rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he felt like he was back in his bag and all of that. Now, one thing I have to say, though, all that pushing around, all that extra shit he was doing to JC, you know, I didn't think he went overboard at any point, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Do I like all that shit? No. I do think we should give each other a little space. If I was JC, though, I would have at least made an attempt to push him off. Now, I understand the dude outweighs you by a whole fucking lot. But you should have at least made the attempt, fam. Because that, you know, like, he was just all up on your space. He had his fucking stomach on your shoulder. Like, come on. You got to make the attempt to push him away, fam. Here we go into the third round. I got it 1-1 so far. I got JC taking the first round, clearly. I got NJT edging the second round. Dope second round. Here we are into the third. That condiment line out the gate from JC. Fire. Dope shit. He said, I ball on him like motion cap. Whatever that motion capture line was, that shit was dope from JC. Dope shit. But then he had a very small stumble. But he went right into his next shit. And he just kept going crazy. That Bruce Lee line was fucking retarded. JC, salute to you, sir. That shit was very fire, man. Then he said, send twerk to the only nigga who wears a hoodie more. The Grim Reaper. Yo. If you hear the way he set that up and went into that, I don't know how the fuck you don't, like, they should have lifted JC in the air on the shoulders and just walked him off after that. That was crazy. That was a crazy fucking line. Crazy third round. And right when I thought, like, yo, man, that third round might have just put the fucking foot on Twerk's neck, it's over with. This is over with. No. Twerk comes out that third round fighting, getting it popping, in rhythm, snarling. He just going crazy in the fucking ring. What he said? He said, I'm all in the mix. My block every morning, my coffee beans and gunpowder starting to blend. That line, you have to hear the whole setup and how that whole shit went. Out of this fucking world. Out of this world. And very creative. Keep that in mind. We're going to get back to that. Very creative, man. I thought that shit was dope. Then he said, that 5-second rule. That 5-second rule line that he had, that shit was dope. He ended the round dope. Here's my thing. I gave JC that round. I got JC taking this battle 2-1. The third round also, to me, seemed a little short. And again, I don't know if it's just he broke to the time limit. Was it a good third round? Yeah, but it was once or twice he seemed like he was getting frustrated again. Either way, ball for ball, I thought JC took that third round. The other thing that was a problem with this battle is the point of the possibility of two of the lines, the controversy. If you haven't seen the video, you know, you can check one of my blogs. I show the footage that of a video somebody else put together, which was with bars that people are saying NJT stole from somebody else. Now, that kind of hangs over this battle's head because he had bars that were in that video that came from this battle of people saying he might have stole from somebody else. So it's hard for me to sit here and give him points for some shit that's controversial you might have stole. But to me, it don't change the fact, in my opinion, that JC won this battle 2-1. But it was a dope battle. Was it a classic? No. Was it a dope battle? Hell yeah. I fucks with this battle. I'm probably going to watch it a third, possibly even fourth time. This recap is only off two watches. Fire. Salute to both them guys. Very creative, man. Fucking NJT, man. If you could come out with that shit, talk about you all in the mix every morning, your coffee beans and gunpowder starting to blend. Like, when you think of how he put that together, man, like how fucking creative that was and how so left, like how can you possibly have your name caught up in some shit or possibility of stealing bars? But the proof is there though, fam. But the proof is there when you watch that video. It's just crazy, man. Like, you're a creative dude, man. I hate that even is swirling around your name. Lexx Luthor versus Dre Dennis on URL. I'm confused. I don't know if this is a fucking proving ground battle. I know it says some shit one-off. I don't even know what a one-off is anymore. Like, I think the definition of one-off has changed so many times. I don't even know what that is anymore. Let's get into the first round. Lexx Luthor, that side of me line. It was foul, but it was funny. I don't know. Later on in the battle, Dre Dennis said that shit wasn't true. That it was a fake personal. Either way, the shit was funny. I gotta give him that. That Loud Boys joke, fucking funny. Yeah, but then he said a line later on, was talking about his ass is doing number like pocket down, some crazy shit like that. That shit was kind of pause-worthy, Lex. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit was pause-worthy. But I liked your first round. What I have liked to have seen throughout this battle that I didn't really see from you, and I was hoping at some point to see from you, Lex, is a little more performance. And I'm not telling you go crazy like the way Dre Dennis go crazy. I'm not saying that. But, like, I see you just, like, standing there, barely any motion from you as you spitting. You know, I just would have liked to see, especially in your second round, which we'll get to, I would have liked to have seen a little more performance. But I'm gonna tell you why I felt that way about your second round. Just be cool. Relax a second. Dre Dennis, that line, keep checking the arms like I forgot to shower. That shit was fucking fire. The Luger torture rack line, Dre Dennis, that shit was fire. Lex, it was funny, Lex, it was funny, man. When he called you fucking Rob Kardashian, man, you know, he didn't call you that. That's what he was insinuating when he said the whole Black China line. He was calling you Rob Kardashian. I know you know that. I'm just saying that for the people who haven't seen it. That shit was funny. And this battle, yes, I will put the link in the description so you guys can check this out. Playing both, that 50-50, playing both sides of the field line from Dre Dennis was fucking fire. Which might have been the craziest line from either one of them of the night, to be honest. That automatic subs would take these players out for you line for Dre Dennis. Automatic subs will take these players out for you. Yo, that line, and again, you guys got to hear it, the whole setup and everything. I thought that was the line of the night. If you feel different, get in the comments section. Let me know what you think was the line of the night. At the end of the day, round one, I give to Dre Dennis. I do think it's clear. I think round one is clear who won that. Round two, Lexx Luthor had me dying. He was telling Dre Dennis he lost 400 pounds from sweating and Funkadelic. That shit was hilarious. If you don't know what he's talking about, Dre Dennis battles a lot on Trap New York, and most of the battles used to be done in Funkadelic Studios in downtown Manhattan. So that's where that line comes from. And if you ever watch them battles, man, Dre Dennis do be sweating like a motherfucker. I thought that was very clever and very funny from Lexx Luthor. Lexx Luthor also told me, he said, I got coke so white, it wants to talk to your manager. That was fucking creative and very funny. He called him Andre 3000 Battles. That shit was funny. What I liked was when Lexx Luthor started addressing people in the crowd who was talking through the battles, through the rounds. I think this fucked up the battle. Throughout the battle, people were talking in the crowd while guys are rapping. Why? Why? This is what I don't understand. And I've been to quite a few events. And this is why I try my best to get stage passes and not be in the crowd. You motherfuckers be having whole conversations about some old other shit while battles are happening. Go outside with that shit. Go somewhere else with that shit. Why would you pay your money to do that? I hate that shit with a passion. With a passion, and I be at events. I hate that shit. Stop talking through their fucking rounds. Like, these guys, you don't know what it goes into for them to create the round. Even if you think a guy's whack, you don't know what goes into creating these rounds. How much nerve, heart, and balls it takes, pause, to get up there in front of all of y'all and try to fucking entertain y'all. Then you paid money for what? To come talk to somebody while the battles? Ain't that the reason you there? The reason you there is for the battles. Why are you sitting there talking to people? Having whole fucking conversations. If you ever go to an event, you know, in between battles it's an intermission between every battle. You could talk then. Why you gotta talk through somebody's fucking rounds, man? I hate that shit. Don't ruin it for the other people who don't want to, who's trying to hear the bars. Fuck out of here. So I was happy Lexx Luthor addressed them the way he did, man. That shit. You getting me hype right now, man. We in fucking man. Alright. Dre Dennis. I'm gonna get back to Lexx Luthor's second round. Dre Dennis. That periodic table line was fucking crazy. Salute to you. But I have to say something. I think I've heard that line before. Am I saying you stole it? I'm not saying that. I'm saying I heard one before very similar to what you said. Either way, it was dope. And I can't prove that you stole it. I'm not accusing you of stealing it. I know I've heard something like that before. I thought it was dope. Either way, I thought it was dope. If you did steal it, that's not cool. I'm just not saying that you did. Oh, shit. The line he said, squeezing my bitch arm like domestic violence. Squeezing my bitch arms like a domestic violence abuse. I'm fucking these lines up. I apologize. Dre Dennis, that was fire. That was dope. But in turn, I have Dre Dennis edging this round. Between these two rounds, if you were going to give a round to Lexx Luthor, this would be the round. I thought Lex had some good jokes. I thought he had some cool bars in there. It was mostly jokes, but he had some cool bars. But at one point, Lexx Luthor starts flowing a little bit. He adds a flow to his bars, like almost like he's on track, right? I thought that would be the perfect time to add a little performance. A little performance, Lex. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not telling you to do all this shit that Dre Dennis does. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, especially when you start flowing on them, man. If you would have added a little performance to that, just a little body gestures and movement, man, I think that would have gave some impact not only to the crowd but to the people watching who would have been more in tune. My opinion. But I edged that round to Dre Dennis. I literally edged it, and to me that was Lex's best round. That's how I felt about that. Third round. Lex starts going in and then does what I think is a mistake. I think this is a mistake, Lex. You tag XL in. First off, Lex, and this is just, again, this is my opinion. I don't know what was the basis behind this battle, if it was a PG, what it is. Either way, it was a URL. It was considered a URL battle. So my next opinion is based with that in mind. So please just bear with me. What I'm trying to say is simply this. If this was your opportunity to be on URL, let's just say this was your one shot to get on there. Why would you have put XL in your third round? To spit a few bars. It's not like he had a quick part. He spit a few bars. And I thought that was a huge mistake, man. Especially after coming off that second round. You had a very good second round where you were showing versatility. Some bars with some jokes. You flowed. You know what I'm saying? Like why would you follow it up with that? especially if this was gonna be your first, or, because I don't know if this is your first, or your only opportunity to impress the powers that be. Why would you do that? Especially if you didn't have unbeatable first 2 rounds. Because you know Dre Dennis was coming bar heavy. Lexx, like I ain't even gonna lie, man. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is he doing? What is he doing? You have to literally lock them first 2 rounds out. You have to put together 2 rounds that cannot be fucked with before you make an attempt like that. My opinion. So what I'm simply trying to say when that's all said and done, though, Lexx, is that you sacrificed in a lot of ways your 3rd round. After that, your best line was the Murder Mace line. You didn't have. It's not like it contributed to a fire third round, Lexx. That's just the way I viewed it. And I felt like you sacrificed that and you shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the opportunity being what it was. And coming off that second was dope. Come on, man. All right. Dre Dennis hits him with a chivalry line. And then the only highlight really of that 3rd round really for Dre Dennis was the way he ended it out, where Pat, he had a section where he had Pat from URL jump in saying he's the only white boy on URL. The shit was dope. Probably the highlight of the actual battle. Everybody went crazy. I'm pretty sure everybody watching it went crazy. It was dope. It was energetic. It was creative. What I didn't like after that, Dre Dennis, was the way you stared into the fucking camera after that. You were looking like a bobblehead, fam. And then you did some other shit with the blindfold shit. Maybe I missed what was the point of that, but I didn't get that. Either way, Dre Dennis does have this battle 3-0. Again, 2nd round to me was the only one that was really debatable, but I still edged it to Dre Dennis. Overall, I wish all you battle rappers stop throwing people in your fucking rounds. I hate to see that shit. If you're gonna do it, not playing favoritism, but if you're gonna do it the way Dre Dennis did it, where Pat literally just said a few words, that's fine. That's fine from anybody. But to literally tag somebody in for them to spit bars. Alright, so that's my opinion on those. Again, salute to these. Oh, I have one more thing I want to ask. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There was some shit I seen on Twitter. This was a few days ago, where Yak Man, I guess, was saying, should he drop this battle? I don't know if it was this battle. I'm assuming it was this battle. The Lexx Luthor battle. Whether he should drop it on a different channel, which I don't know what channel he's even talking about, or if he should drop it on the URL channel. And I seen Lexx Luthor respond to him and say, yo, my man, you said it was going to be on the URL channel. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Lexx Luthor, if you haven't seen yet, I have multiple interviews with other battle rappers between both my podcasts. At any time, if you're willing to talk, you're willing to allow me to interview Lexx, the door's open for that. I would like to get to the bottom of that because I'm confused. I'm confused on what that whole scenario was about. Someone else told me that there's a video of Yak Man saying something, and I don't know if there was a back and forth between y'all two. I'm trying to get to understand what the problem is and what's all that about. So if you with it, feel free to hit me up. We follow each other on Twitter, and I will gladly interview you, man, and try to get to a better understanding of what the hell is going on. All right. So salute to JC, NJT, Lexx Luthor, Dre Dennis. Thank you guys all for the entertainment value, man, and getting up there and going at each other. Thank you for all of that. Let's celebrate battle rap. I love battle rap. Make sure y'all check out Fly Hat Society. Let them know I sent you. The link will be in the description. The Black Panther hat is fire. Y'all got to check that out. And overall, salute to Visual, the Union, DME, Big Al Biggs, man, huge supporter. Salute to that, man. And don't forget, man, I have some dope Danny Myers interview. I got interviews from No Mercy. I still have more portions of that I'm gonna start releasing. And then it's the Crown Jewel. One of my favorite interviews I've ever done is with Harlem Fresh, Nick's White. where we're talking about Party Artie. And that, if you don't know, is a friend of Party Artie's who allowed me to interview him. And, you know, I just think you guys, because we also talk about the iconic battle between Mook and Party Artie. And I want you guys to really hear that and hopefully appreciate it the way I did. Salute to you all. Continue to celebrate battle rap. Continue to support these leagues. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Salute.